想買電器，我幫到你。
Look how upset he is. At each other.
No!
Visitor doesn't understand. How could he? He's not our visitor. In his reality, the downfall of the Seven hasn't happened yet. He talks about failing, about losing people like it's theoretical. It's not theoretical for me. I won't fail another island. being taller.
Fascinating. You are not the order I expected to meet when I picked up your distress call. We originate from different realities. Perhaps even divergent timelines.
When the 0 point's involved, nothing's easy to explain. We face a common enemy. My friends and I could really use your help.
No matter where or when we come from, the Seven stand together. Tell me what you need me to do.
We've got a base of operations set up nearby. I'll give you a briefing there. And visitors. It's good to see you again. Even if it's for the first time.
The rocket landing live event. The rocket landing live event in Fortnite happened just minutes ago, and if you have missed out, here's the entire thing. And of course, make sure to subscribe for more Fortnite content. So after the Ice Storm live event in Fortnite OG, what's next? Right after the
Welcome to Fortnite Season 2. Our Norse god theme has been revealed, and from multiple new locations to about a battle pass that'll blow you away, let's start with Fortnite's new announcement. Because Polar Peak is officially returning in Season 2. What you're looking at is the Ice King's home planet, the Ice Moon. And clearly in this reality, he has his hands on one of the 0-point shards the Dark Voyager has been looking for. Instead of stealing it, it seems like the Voyager is going to be transporting the Ice Moon to Season 2's map, and you can spot a teaser for it in-game at these upcoming portals. Now there will be other portals around the island after Season 2's live event, all leading to the remaining pieces of the 0-point. And these will tell us what POIs are showing up next season. Based on the Ice Moon's portal, it looks like it'll replace Clawsy Lodge and expand the Snowy Mountains into a full biome. Then, as we take a look at the portal near Classified Canyon, this whole area will soon be replaced by this reality, transforming the forest into a tropical area. But as we view the final portal at Bumpy Bay, you can see a new beach POI that has a lighthouse and a small pool of water. Some fans think this is Chrome, which we'll have to wait and see. The reason these portals are appearing is because of Season 2's official live event. Fortnite's laid down all of the pieces with a teaser video confirming the return of the Foundation. We've talked about it a lot. But these dates reveal everything you need to know about the build-up to the new season. On March 7th, it says Ordnance deployed, and that refers to the Dark Voyager leaving our island to retrieve the 3rd shard. You'll return one day later, as you can see, and on the 12th, you'll have enough power to reactivate the 0-point's core. This will open up portals to the Season 2 realities, and then the final date says March 18th, mission recap. And that is when the trailer should be dropping. The best announcement of all is March 19th will bring the official launch of Season 2, and its priority is to locate the Foundation. Next season, we'll continue the reboot of Fortnite's storyline in the coolest way, and that's why Classified Canyon will become the Seven's headquarters. So far, we've already seen the Visitor land here in his rocket, while Jones and the Order have been expanding the place. But thanks to this hint, along with Quest talking about a base of operations, plus the removal of the Arc Lightning gun, it's confirmed that Classified Canyon will be transformed in Season 2. That's pretty obvious. Epic's been foreshadowing this since day one, with the number 7 plastered all over this base. So while the Arc Lightning, or the Area 51 gun, is getting deleted, it's one of the many changes to the loot pool getting a full refresh next season. Usually, we keep most of the cool weapons for an entire chapter, but not this time. Season 2 will overwrite pretty much everything, and that's not a leak, it's confirmed by Fortnite's design director himself. An entire new meta is coming in Season 2, and it sounds like it's going to be way bigger than anyone imagined. No wonder they delayed it by 2 weeks to get everything ready on time. Fortnite's basically also revealed the entire battle pass, and there's a character that has left players shocked. But first, we gotta talk about a huge update happening right now. Fortnite's Honkai Star Rail collab has finally dropped, and it's a crossover fans have been waiting on for years. Huge thank you to Hoyoverse for sponsoring this video, because a lot is coming to Fortnite. You can now grab the Stellaron Hunter Kafka and Blade outfits in the shop from February 26th at 4 p.m. PT to March 4th. They're extremely detailed and come with backblings, pickaxes, even Lego styles. I think my favorite part is that you could get Blade in Fortnite without spending a single V-Buck. If you buy an eligible item in Honkai Star Rail through the Epic Game Store, you'll receive the Blade outfit for free with your purchase. But what seriously makes the collab stand out amongst the others is the Astral Rift Rumble. Both Clix and Ninja are leading a 7v7 creator showdown in Fortnite. This will have a full mix of creators from both games, including people like Typical Gamer, Cypher PK, Tawanto, Enviosity, and so much more. They're playing a custom Fortnite creative map inspired by Honkai's aesthetics, so if you love either of the games, or maybe you just want to support your favorite YouTuber, this is for you. And right now, if you go to the Astral Rift Rumble website and vote for your favorite team, you could get exclusive rewards if they win. Maybe you haven't played Honkai Star Rail before. Trust me, this is the perfect time to install it. It's a space fantasy RPG with turn-based combat from Hoyoverse, the developers of Genshin Impact. Not only is Honkai completely free to play, but it's cross-platform and has over 150 million downloads. You play as a trailblazer exploring massive worlds, and you can unlock over 80 different characters. They literally just dropped the new Plan Arcadia update, so click the link in the description to download Honkai Star Rail today, and make sure to grab the Fortnite collab items before they leave on March 4th. Another secret collab that just got leaked has honestly left me speechless. Don't even know what to say, but yes, Tung 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 Sahur is coming to Fortnite. And it's not even the debut of Brainrot, considering you could literally find 6-7, the green chair whose name I'm not gonna pronounce, and more in the Chapter 6 finale event. Of course, none of them are as popular as Tung, and that's why he could appear in the item shop or even Battle Pass as early next season. And we've talked about next season's theme for like over a year at this point, and it sounds incredible. Right now, Fortnite seems to be leaning hard on the 7 and the Ice King, but the arrival of all of this snow on the map may suggest something else entirely. So let's talk about the new information about the Norse mythology Battle Pass. There was this insider who predicted the Superhero Academy, the Bug Invasion, the Simpsons, and confirmed the 7 and last reality were gonna show up in Chapter 7. So when they said Season 2 was gonna be Norse mythology, it's pretty much confirmed, and it's already being teased with next month's crew skin. It's Norse themed, it comes with an axe and runes on the jacket, but like, how would we even get there? Everyone thinks this has to do with the Ice Moon and this strange reality that Fortnite's been teasing for the past couple days. They've picked this one to highlight on purpose, probably because the snowy weather and the huge map changes are gonna tie directly with Norse gods. And for a while now, fans have been speculating as to what could be in this battle pass, and well, you don't really have to imagine because Epic themselves leaked it. Hidden in surveys, people spotted concept art of skins that look suspiciously like iconic Norse legends, like Fenrir, Loki, and Ratatoskr as a squirrel. And while all of this sounds amazing with tons of evidence, new leaks have said that the season won't be entirely Norse themed, so expect some cool surprises too. And that's not all though, because a brand new suit for the Order was just revealed. Fortnite announced they'd be replaying the Rocket event and casually threw in her brand new skin. Not only is it a different design with a brand new suit, hairstyle, and even swords, but the best part is her image was codenamed for Season 2, meaning we're likely gonna get her in the Battle Pass. And Fortnite's design director even gave us one word to describe the new season, and it's a vague one, which is bearer. Well, this could mean all kinds of things. It definitely points to there being some kind of axe in Season 2, potentially even the return of Kratos. And it's not just new weapons, because Season 2 has confirmed a ton of upcoming mobility, with the director himself revealing that the loop will focus around items that support moving together as a team. And when someone told him they hope for some good traversal melee items, he said, then you'll like Season 2, which means we could even see an axe that lets you fly around like the Shockwave Hammer. Now, there's something else no one was expecting. We were all shocked when the bus driver got obliterated this season and replaced with surfboards. A lot of fans were annoyed you had to land on the outskirts of the map, and eventually Epic made you go super high, but then fans flipped the other way and said it was useless and just begged to have the battle bus instead. Basically, Epic were still trying to work out the kinks and even admitted they overbalanced it, but most importantly, they'll revisit this at some point. And that confirms we're gonna get different ways to drop onto the island in the future. Season 2 will have its very own starting sequence after Epic revealed that the surfboards were actually causing people to quit the game less and that an improved late game. They have decided to continue doing it and even said, I wonder who the bus driver will be for Season 2. Now, if you remember Chapter 6's map, you'll recall that it had a ton of cool secret POIs. Whether it was activating a trapdoor under the carpet, or using sprites to unlock a hidden vault in the forest. These were so fun and unique. Some of them straight up killed you, like the 3-player hot tub or no dancing signs. But Chapter 7 is pretty much nothing like that, until now. Season 2 will bring more secrets to the map, including a classic meta loot spot. And fans will also be excited about Fortnite's other huge collab coming with Looney Tunes. This has been in the works for a long time, and will bring Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, and Lola to the shop. We didn't know when it was happening until Ted, who's basically the new Donald Mustard, straight up said the words, dial up the Looney Tunes and the crazy. Got it. By crazy, he's referring to insanely hilarious weapons, with some of the upcoming guns making him laugh out loud. Players have always loved goofy items, whether it's the inflatable, boogie bombs, or the bush item, and we'll be getting a whole lot more of these in just a few weeks. One of the most interesting leaks is that Season 2 is going to bring a brand new mode outside of Battle Royale. As we speak, pro players are being invited to Epic to test this mysterious game mode, and personally, I think it may be the long-awaited extraction shooter that Fortnite's been working on for years. With the success of Arc Raiders in 2025, I can totally see Epic wanting to get this in our hands as soon as possible. And with creators testing it, you can only imagine it is finished baking and ready to drop any day now. And with this news, we've also learned that Season 2's gameplay is going to be way less less basic than what we've been dealing with for the past couple months. A lot of fans complained about how Chapter 7 has felt kinda simple and boring. Ted revealed it's been his first season in charge, and he wanted to take it back to the simple OG Battle Royale roots. Now, they have learned a ton, and for Season 2, they're gonna go back to the complex and rewarding gameplay that we're more familiar with. And so this explains why he was teasing an all-new meta earlier this week. If you're wondering what exactly that means, we have got confirmed changes that sound incredible. Season 2 will be revamping how XP works in some kind of experiment, and is also gonna bring a mid-game loot spot that is locked. Like, even some Epic employees don't even know how to get into it. Considering Fortnite's usually exciting at the start and end of a match, we really need ways to make the midpoint just more engaging. And according to Ted, Season 2's mid-game will be leaps ahead of what we have right now. We'll also be getting some quality of life updates, and while we have no idea what to expect, we already got our first taste of them in last week's update. Just take a look at the death screen that breaks down all of the XP you earned. Then a fan told Ted that they hope to see more rift anomalies that shake up the game, like the friendship bubbles, along with a big mid-season collab event like South Park, and Ted simply replied, same. Now the collab event could be teasing Looney Tunes, it would make a lot of sense, or Overwatch. These are two gigantic franchises that could easily get their own mini pass and challenges, especially Overwatch. It's confirmed they're bringing 4 classic heroes to the game, which is Tracer, Diva, Genji, and Mercy. Let's be honest, whenever Fortnite's dropped 4 characters in a go, it's a big deal, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, South Park, and Futurama. It also usually means we get a mini pass and themed items, whether it was the Turtles' melee weapons, or the Stick of Truth, even Bender's ray gun. This means we could see Overwatch mythics in Season 2, like Genji's Blade, or even a revivability for Mercy. If they really wanted to lean into the Norse mythology theme and go for a more gritty mid-season collab, Game of Thrones wouldn't be a bad pick. This recently got confirmed by leakers as something Epic is working on, and with the huge success of the new Dunk and Egg show, it'd make a lot of sense to drop a collab while the iron is hot. They may decide to go a more family-friendly route with Sonic the Hedgehog. They are redoing this one because the shoes were straight up trash, so now we're officially getting a skin for Sonic, and I would love to see a mythic. They could also go with a Ben 10 pass, as he's confirmed for Chapter 7 and is one of the only huge Cartoon Network collabs that hasn't been added yet. With Ted's constant teasers of wacky and complicated gameplay next season, what would fit the bill better than a Ben 10 transformation mythic? And let me just say, the leaked collabs list, it just gets longer and longer. I'm struggling to keep up. Because Crypto is finally getting his own sidekick for the upcoming Supergirl movie, or Stitch is even becoming one of the first Disney sidekicks in the game. On the other end, we have David Beckham joining the Icon series for whatever reason, and IShowSpeed is finally fixing his disappointing emotes with a second wave. As for July, Epic already confirmed last year that Ninjago is coming back, and we'll be getting Master Lloyd, Wu, and Nia as outfits. A month before that, the brand new He-Man film is dropping, which ties perfectly with rumors that Fortnite's preparing a collab with Masters of the Universe. Well, it would be cool to see the movie version. Let's be honest, we all want skins from the OG cartoons. Okay, I'm running out of breath just talking about all these, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you didn't feel overwhelmed already, wait until I reveal Fortnite's bringing over 100 gaming collabs to the store between Season 2 and 2027. Of course, it includes Resident Evil 9, Overwatch, but even indie games like Dave the Diver, Phantom Blade Zero, and Peak. Season 2, it has a lot to look forward to, and that includes some upcoming items that sound very unique. This is the SMG and Dynamite item. It's exactly what it says in the name, you just straight up dual wield these things, and it could be a game changer for box fights. They basically took the spray and pray meta and threw explosives in the mix because, you know, why not? And like Epic has already teased, there's also some unique items coming too, like a medallion that'll give you a 6th inventory slot for the first time in Fortnite history. Nothing describes an entirely new meta than the ability to hold 6 things at once. Pretty simple idea, but it could be revolutionary. One thing's for sure, pro players are gonna be very happy next season. Because after asking for so long, Epic is finally letting us share our ranks between BR and Zero Build. That means you don't have to grind twice anymore for no reason. Anything you do in one mode saves to the other. You really need to click on screen to watch the Chapter 7 storyline explain video. It just is so helpful for what's gonna happen in the next couple of weeks. It has been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming. But when you ask the Fortnite's live event is just weeks away, and a war is coming to the island. The 7 have officially returned after 4 years, and today I'll break down everything you need to know about the event bringing us into Season 2. For the past few weeks, the battle's been ramping up, as the Dark Voyager has been collecting Zero Shards and adding a new piece every single time. Right now, he's on schedule to rebuild the Zero Point for good and threaten the universe for the first time since Chapter 3. Until this point, we never needed the 7. While just a shard had immense power, it was something we could handle. But with the entire Zero Point coming into play, our intergalactic fighters are in trouble once again, and that's why the Order has returned to the island.
This Dark Voyager is dangerous. We don't know what he's planning to do with the Zero Point shards. We need to gather the 7. Or what's left of us.
So, investigating the Dark Voyager didn't end well. She found herself stuck in his labs in prison for good. All we needed to do was break her out with a rift, as she promised to call for backup and bring the rest of the 7 to save us. Problem is, the 7 were chromed all the way back in Chapter 3. Like the last reality caused their downfall, so what was their plan? That's why our attention was turned to Fortnite's OG mode, where the Ice King was preparing to sweep the map with the storm just like he did in Chapter 1, and fans realized something. This whole time, the OG live events had these very tiny differences. Whether it was the rocket's rift being a different color, or the cube itself being red, everything pointed to the OG mode being an alternate timeline. That also meant the 7 were alive in this universe. And our theories were proven right when the bunker started glowing Morse code, revealing the word Foundation. So after we sent the Order's transmission to the 7, only a couple days later, the very same red rift from the rocket event showed up in Reality 266. If you didn't know, that's Chapter 7's world. And this is when the Order and Agent Jones worked together to start construction at Classified Canyon. Trucks started showing up preparing to build something mysterious, and as we looked to the sky every single day, that rift started to get bigger and bigger. Finally, Jones's project was complete. As we returned to the canyon a week later, we discovered they had built an entire rocket launch pad. Beacons shined up to the sky, prepared for anyone to answer our call for help. The mission to reassemble the 7 was a go. All we had to do now was look towards this rift.
Accessing audio log. Timestamp rocket arrival.
Visitor, you're different. I remember you being taller.
Fascinating. You are not the Order I expected to meet when I picked up your distress call. We originate from different realities. Perhaps even divergent timelines.
So of course, this visitor being from a different timeline means he also has a new voice. In the past, he sounded like this.
Yeah.
But did you know this was a small voice cameo by Donald Mustard? Well, our brand new visitor is voiced by Ben Starr from Final Fantasy XVI and Expedition 33. After this successful rocket landing, they moved to a brand new base of operations constructed throughout the season. Except this version of the visitor is extremely arrogant.
You need to stay away from the Dark Voyager. That's an order. I stalked the Voyager through the husks of burnt-out stars and the ashes of crumbling realities. If you were easily dealt with, don't you think I would have done that by now?
And so yeah, his behavior is already causing turmoil with the Order.
Your hubris and impatience are endangering the mission. You've become reckless, like your sister. Did you learn nothing from losing her?
I learned one thing. It's better to be reckless than timid when everything is on the line.
So with his official arrival, he's now an NPC at the landing site, and his secret dialogue reveals everything about the upcoming live event. Let's break it down. He warns Jones about vengeance and tells Hope that she's out of her depth. First of all, ouch. But when you ask the visitor about the 0 point, he answers questions we have had for years, telling us that the Seven do not fully understand its nature or its power, and even one shard of it can unleash miracles or devastation. This is extremely interesting considering we have always thought the Seven were some kind of sworn protectors of the 0 point. And also, they've been around for centuries, giving them plenty of time to study it. The fact that they don't even fully understand it yet is insane, and it shows that there's still room for surprises when we try to stop the Dark Voyager. Think about it, we were shocked when we found out it could bloom like a flower back in Chapter 2, so what other secrets does it hold? We'll find out so much more in the event, and we could even gather brand new information by talking to him. Because if you ask about the Seven, he reveals that he looked at all of the logs of our realities group and knows what they attempted. This is where he says what we've all been thinking for years, that freeing the 0 point led to disastrous results. How will we be remembered, as heroes or fools? And I'm not gonna lie, it feels like Fortnite's throwing shots at the old story. But right now it's time to learn about the most mysterious part of the whole chapter, the Dark Voyager. Because according to the visitor, they've been pursuing him relentlessly for a very long time, and this is just one of the many realities that he's destroyed. So even with all the help, this team clearly isn't going to be enough. I mean, he's found 3 0 shards in a month compared to us saving just 1 in an entire year. So the visitor sends out another transmission.
Sometimes fate is inevitable.
That's right, the main thing we're all looking at here is the priority, locating the Foundation. He's officially coming March 19th, the same day as Season 2's launch, meaning our goal will be to find him. And in the background, you can listen closely to a hidden message. And yeah, that is Morse code, and if you translate it, it says, "Foundation, do you copy?" And that's our team's actual message to him. The broadcast also contains a bunch of numbers and random info, but look carefully because these are actually dates. It's our event schedule building up to next season. And so with this in mind, we are days away from a huge mini event, the culmination of months of storytelling. And it'll all start with its own build-up. Because very soon, the Dark Voyager will begin activating a brand new golden rift, opening a portal to a reality for his 3rd 0 point shard. And once he returns on March 8th, he'll do what he has always done, slot the pieces into place. This will be the final time he looks for a shard on his own, because 3 of them is all he needs to charge his insanely powerful laser. From March 12th to 14th, the 0 point score will be activated, unwillingly revealing the location of all of the pieces. Like, he straight up interrogated the orb into telling him their location. If you follow the strands, they lead to pure portals showing exactly which realities the shards are in. One of those shards is here on a beach with a lighthouse, and the other is in a mysterious jungle reality. The third is in the middle of an icy, snowy region. Now, this third location is extremely important for Season 2 and what it'll bring. In fact, all 3 of them are teasers of new POIs. You see, in a couple weeks, these realities will all be brought to the Chapter 7 map and become POIs. And the reason I'm focused on the snowy reality is because we know exactly who this belongs to. In fact, you saw him cover the OG timeline with Snow just last week. That's right, the Ice King is officially re-entering the Fortnite storyline. And there's an actual video teaser from Fortnite themselves with our first look at the return of an advanced polar peak. For weeks, we have been theorizing that the Ice King and the Dark Voyager would team up, especially with how they teased their partnership in this trailer for Valentine's Day. Not just then, but for the snow event, Fortnite dropped this cryptic video where you can see the Dark Voyager watching the storm happen. it.